From time and time again, I have noticed more and more peculiar behaviors from people who spend most of their time using smartphones, as well as other devices such as iPads and tablets. Now, the strange thing to me is that people don't notice how others are behaving. And the funny thing is, it's considered the norm. It's a normal thing. Whether it's people walking down the downstairs to catch the subway while they're on their phone at the same time, or even little babies, little kids in strollers who are using iPads and playing their games. Now, they say that it's probably best not to do that, to expose little children, even as young as one, to iPads because they become dependent on it. And and I've also noticed that their behaviors are not so good. You take the iPad away from them, they scream, they fuss, they start kicking things and throwing things around because they want that kind of thing. And I noticed that it kind of changes their behaviors, and there's like a temperament change. And I've seen that before. And when it comes to and you see, this is the problem that a lot of parents are making nowadays as well. It's the fact that they're letting their kids play these iPads, knowing full well that when it comes to these games and these iPads and everything, there are a lot of advertisements. There are a lot of advertisements for children's toys and children's products. I mean, in the 90s and the 80s or something, like, it was quite a lot, but now it's like doubled or tripled. And there are more advertisements for children, and they should not be exposed to these kind of things, which kind of like conditions them to buy the next product, which falls into another category, another topic known as materialism. So really, it's like, I guess you could say, a money making scheme, if you will. But I think it goes beyond that. I think it goes beyond. I think it comes to the point where materialism is somehow not only a thing, but it's a way of dumbing down the masses. So really, I just don't think that parents should let their kids play with smartphones and iPads and all these tablets. I mean, there is like, I mean, you're instead of being the parent, you're letting electronic devices and smart devices do the parenting for you. And that brings another question in mind. If you knew it was going to be hard work, why did you even have kids in the first place? I don't understand. So to make parenting easier, you let the iPads and the smartphones become the parent of your own children. It's like, just keep them distracted while, um, yeah, by all means, keep them distracted while you do the things that you're busy with. If you're too tired to keep playing and keep your child company and give him attention, give him or her attention, honestly, it's not worth it. There's a reason why it's called being a parent. There's a reason why having children, children require attention. But with this thing, with this trend that I'm seeing with parents of letting their kids play with these games on their smartphones and their smart devices like iPads and tablets and I think Kindles, and the list goes on and on and on. It's not worth it, and this is very damaging to the child. It's very damaging to the child's brain development as well. So, with that being said, either you step up and do some parenting, or don't have any, or maybe you shouldn't have had any kids at all to begin with, because it's not fair to the child that that their brain development is really, really slowing down. And the fact that a child can actually spend hours on an iPad in front of a smart device all day and play games and do all these things and even watch YouTube videos and watching all these kid shows, it's too much. TV is enough. TV's for home. Phones can go out of the house. You can call with a phone or whatever. That's fine. But like I said, it's really gotten too much. It's to the point where, not only is it that smartphones and these electronic devices are a distraction to most people and has also become an addiction at some point, but it's to the point where it's affecting the children. And that's not fair. I mean, an adult is one thing, but a child is fragile, and their brain, needs to develop. I mean, especially when they're like between 3 to 5 years old, where they develop their gross motor skills and their fine motor skills and everything. That's really not fair, and that's really delaying that brain development. So come on, think of the kids and think of what effect that has on them. Seriously, not just for your sake as a parent, but for the sake of society as well, so that the future can be a better place. Thank you.